Hi, folks. I just want to start off by thanking Kelsey, one, for organizing this with her entire team. It takes a lot of work, and I'm not going to lie, this is one of my first outings in a while, so I'm sure it's probably some of yours as well. So this was a beautiful day, beautiful event, and I'm happy to be here. I just want to talk about what it takes to run. Now, a lot of us who are community organizers and volunteers, we've spent years and years and years working, whether it's through our Rotary, through our church, through our community organizations, PTA, whatever the case may be, right? And we see that each and every one of us has a role in our society. Each and every one of us can make a difference. Now, it takes a little more effort to run for office in that sense, because now you're not necessarily just a volunteer, but you're also saying, what is it that you want to change, that you have not seen fixed in our society? And you then become a soundboard for pretty much anybody and everybody with ideas, concepts, thoughts, suggestions. And when you put yourself out there, you're constantly criticized. I know when I ran, I'm not going to lie, one of my emails, people said the grammar's not great, right? I was like, not an English teacher, so, C degrees, right? And, there's things that we all need help with. So, one, I just want to make sure that Ms. Pamela Price knows she is not alone in this, right? Running for the district attorney of Alameda County, one of the largest counties out there in the state of California, as well as the most diverse and most progressive county in the nation, right? This is no simple task. It takes a lot of heart, a lot of courage, and we need to make sure she knows she is not alone. And so for the individuals that have had different run-ins with the law, whether they had a positive experience or a negative experience, that's not the point. The point is that the justice system has to work for all of us, and we know that it has not been the case. We know that it's very easy to judge something, and I hear this as a council member all the time from our staff, as well as residents, as well as anything. It is so easy to point a finger to a city far away and say, they're not doing it the right way. It doesn't happen in this city. It doesn't happen here in the Bay Area. And we know that's a lie. That's a lie that we keep thinking to say that we are exceptional in some way. And the reality is that we actually need to kind of look into ourselves and say, what are the areas that we know we can do better? And for me, I know in the city of Hayward, it was definitely more training, more mental health and de-escalation training in particular. Not only that, but an officer involved in shootings need to all have independent investigations. And that was not the case when I became a city council member. So we fought for it, and we eventually got it. And I will say that we had to fight for it with everything we had. Half the people here even actually came and spoke in regards to why it's so important, because we think that there's certain groups that are untouchable, and that's not the reality. And I'm ethnically Afghan American, so I often relate it to Afghanistan. We know corruption there exists. We see it in the news. You have residents talk about it. You have people, document it, so forth. And in this country, the one difference is that we can speak up without fear. And people are more and more afraid to speak up and tell the truth of what they saw. And thank God for social media. Thank God for cameras in your palm. Mr. George Floyd, if that was not documented, who knows what story we would have heard. If that was not highlighted by multiple people screaming, saying, get off him, who knows what story we would have been fed. And that's the problem, right? And so when we look at a leader, especially a leader that we actually turn to for fairness, for justice, for equity, that is our district attorney in these cases. When there's an imbalance of power, and privilege and input, right? We know that there are some concerns that we have within our own system. And for me, the leaders that I look to, number one, they have to have the heart for it. And I'm going to loosely quote DMX, if you don't have the heart to walk with the people, you don't have the heart to lead the people, right? Again, loose translation of DMX, right? So the situation ends up being, we want to see the heart of a leader, right? And Miss Pamela Price is no stranger to struggle. She grew up in Ohio in the foster care system, something I can genuinely relate to. She struggled, right? And the odds were never in her favor. I will say that the average foster care kid who receives, it's less than 3% that go on to receive a college degree. Less than 3%. And Miss Pamela Price not only got a college degree, but she went to Ivy League. She is smart. That's the second thing we look for in a leader. She is genuinely smart. Nobody's going to be able to take that away from her. She understands the issue. She's completely educated. And 3, she has the experience. She's one of the few lawyers that has successfully, and I'm going to repeat that, successfully presented a case in front of the United States Supreme Court. Okay? Now, we look at those 3 things and we go, that's what we want in a leader. So you have the heart, you have the education, you have the experience. But the 4th thing that all of you guys can contribute is the community. The community behind Miss Pamela Price, as you heard, you have speakers from Hayward, you have speakers from Fremont, you have speakers from our friend in Dublin, you know, people from Pleasanton, things like that. Alameda County is not just one city. It is a wide variety of cities, right? You go all the way from Berkeley down to Fremont. We may differ in our slight opinions of our own city, but in regards to justice, it has to be fair, it has to be equitable, and it has to be justice for all people, regardless of background. And that is Miss Pamela Price. That is what she will deliver. So I am incredibly honored to be here, and I genuinely hope that we can all, it is about 1 year away, June 7th, 2021. And it requires this much energy and effort for these types of campaigns. 2022, thank you, Vinio. June 7th, 2022, we have to vote for her. Now, it's not just voting, but we all have to follow her on social media. We all have to bounce her message again and repost to reshare, tell our friends, tell our neighbors, get a yard sign, and most importantly, donate. Because the material here, the handouts, the flyers, the mailers, things like that, and the volunteers, they all require some financial backing. And that is one of the biggest things in a campaign. So besides our vote, we have to stand with her. So I'm happy to stand with Miss Pamela Price. Thank you.